What's going on, Dub Nation? I am fired up. Not because we have a Jonathan Kuminga resolution, because of course we don't yet, but because Warriors basketball is essentially back. Training camp is underway. Training camp roster is underway, which means Mike Dunleavy made a couple of roster moves. If you see a familiar face on your screen right now, then you might have a spoiler there. Also, we'll get into some must-see news from Media Day as Golden State's veterans took the microphone, spoke to reporters, but obviously one notable name was not there, and he was kind of the topic of conversation. We'll get to all that in just a second. First, though, make sure you are subscribed to the channel because when the Warriors make moves, roster moves, trades, injuries, anything like that, we're making a video right here at Warriors Today. We just passed 98,000 subscribers. Thank you to everybody who has supported the channel over the offseason. But the season is here now, and the coverage does not stop. We'll be doing live watch parties. So much Warriors coverage, videos every single day. If you want free coverage of your dubs all the time, hit that sub button. Anthony Slater, our guy, the insider, came in with this as Media Day was getting underway. Pat Spencer is back with the Warriors on a two-way contract. Said he signed 10 minutes ago, just did the Media Day interview on Monday. Unreal. So, Pat Spencer, welcome back to the Bay Area. I'm fired up to see him back on the team, number 61. Hopefully he rocks the same number. Kind of had some aura back out there on the court. And rightfully so, because it was what was going on in between the ears of Pat Spencer that really stood out to me throughout his Warriors tenure. He's going to be back for his third season now with Golden State. Remember, I don't know if you guys know Pat Spencer's origin story. If you're kind of new to him here, he was originally a lacrosse player at the Division I level. I think he won the Player of the Year for lacrosse, and then ended up as a grad student going to Northwestern, balling out and making the goddamn NBA. Unbelievable story. So glad for Pat Spencer. He ended up getting a standard contract after originally being on a two-way at the beginning of last season, and then was a part of the Warriors postseason roster. And toward the end of the season, Golden State obviously running a couple different crazy lineup combinations, guys sitting here, guys sitting there. Spencer was getting a lot of minutes toward the back end of the regular season and even into the postseason as well in some garbage time. Had some notable performances, to be honest with you guys. 11 points in each of his two games against the Houston Rockets. Efficient from the field as well in both those 5 of 7. And, he's crashing the glass. He's being pesky. He's getting a couple steals. In the game 1 against the Timberwolves, got a couple of spot minutes as well. That game was never a blowout, so this wasn't complete garbage time. Had 4 points. I think it was the second quarter where he had 2 layups in a row. Had 2 steals as well, 2 of 4 from the field. Like, going out there and being aggressive, not only with the basketball in his hands, but also with his head as well. If you guys remember, he was the lone ejection in that crazy physical Houston Rockets series in the first round of the playoffs, and it was for headbutting Alperen Sengun. I'm not going to sit here and act like Sengun didn't deserve it, but I need this guy on my postseason roster once again. I need these same type of vibes, this same type of dog mentality with this Warriors squad, this roster for the 25-26 season. So very, very happy that Pat Spencer is included on this bunch. He's a good player, man. I'm not just going to say he's a guy who's going to be a part of a mainstay in the rotation for long stretches, especially early on in the season, but you know what? I love his energy. He can finish around the rim. He said he's improved that three-point shot as well. And when factoring in the different things of making a decision where to sign this season, he said that the relationship with Steve Kerr, relationship with the organization, he loves it here, so he's ready to be back. Grade the signing of Pat Spencer for me down in the comment section because he's going to be a part of the Warriors' active roster at certain points during this season. A, B, C, D, or F. That'll let me know how much you guys love number 61. Alrighty, some two-way contracts here, as we have Pat Spencer joining Jackson Rowe and Alex Tui here as a part of Golden State's back end of their rotation, training camp roster, and all that stuff. The Warriors have a couple other of roster moves, little smaller scale moves that we have to get into here as the training camp roster gets filled out. I mean, the 1s and the 2s, the 3s, they need other guys, other bodies to go up against during this training camp cycle here as the preseason is like just a week away. Marcus Bolden, LJ Cryer, and Tavion Kinsey have been signed to the Warriors Exhibit 10 contracts. Now, those are technically training camp deals, but they have the ability to be converted into other standard contracts here later on. Javier Francis, Chance McMillian, and Jackson Monet are other names that are on the Warriors training camp roster here. They were originally signed to Exhibit 10 deals, but they were waived, and all 6 of these guys will be playing likely with the Santa Cruz Warriors in the G League this upcoming season. McMillian, he was a good sharpshooter from Texas Tech last season. Marcus Bolden has spent the most time in the NBA out of any of these cats. So we'll see if he can end up making an impact because Golden State has a pretty thin front court there. We'll see if he can get himself another type of deal. LJ Cryer, a mainstay on the Houston Cougars for the past few seasons, originally a national champion with the Baylor Bears. So a couple of cool, very experienced collegiate players here along with Marcus Bolden, who has some NBA work as well. If you guys are ready for Warriors basketball to be back, It's pretty much damn near here. Get fired up. Like today's video. Smash that thumbs up icon if you're ready to see the Dubs back out there on the court this upcoming season. Alrighty, getting into what we have to get into, the meat and potatoes of this video, news from the media day, and of course a Jonathan Kuminga update because it just never stops. We are still without a resolution, less than 24 hours away from the qualifying offer deadline. I'll tell you what you need to know in just a moment. First, though, get hooked up with these Warriors hats. They are on sale, and they're in all shapes and sizes. This khaki one's pretty dope at this link right here, chatsports.com/Warriors hats. This one with the Golden Gate Bridge and the ocean behind it. Yeah, chatsports.com/Warriors hats. Gift giving season is coming up. You can get the one with the new logo on it. You can get the one with the throwback logo on it. There's so many decisions to choose from. Chatsports.com/Warriors hats to get yours today. And that link is in the comment section and description of today's video. I love this Warriors throwback hat. Throw it back to the Run TMC days. Get yourself a Warriors hat today. Chatsports.com/Warriors hats. Alrighty. Dub Nation, welcome to the unction. Let's go. The Warriors starting five is old, man. This is going to be something. But hey, as far as players who are playing past the age of 35, the Warriors have probably the best collection of guys that you could possibly have in the league at that spot. I know it's not a crazy flex, but Curry, Jimmy, Draymond, they're all ready to go for the 25-26 campaign. Go try to make a run at another ring here. Now, Danny Emmerman came in with this new report on the Kuminga stuff. Talked to Mike Dunleavy, and this is what he had to say. On the Jonathan Kuminga front, Steve Kerr said that he's talked to Mike Dunleavy for updates, and he says, I'm feeling pretty good that we should get this resolved in the next couple of days. The qualifying offer deadline is tomorrow night at 9 p.m. Pacific. We are counting down the hours now. Not days, not months, not weeks, hours until Jonathan Kuminga basically has to make a decision on what deal he is going to accept. Now, during media day, basically the bulk of the news was that, the Warriors veterans, the unction, were only asked about Jonathan Kuminga. The only stuff that's really newsworthy was Jonathan Kuminga stuff, and here's what the big three had to say. Draymond said, anytime a teammate's not here, it sucks. Obviously, Kuminga's not at training camp right now. And obviously, not having multiple here due to the situation is unfortunate. Media day marks the start of something. It marks the start of another NBA season. We all understand his situation. He's got to do what he's got to do himself. This is a business, and that's where I think you always have to understand it's unfortunate when the business side gets in front of things. Nonetheless, though, it is a business, and you can't ignore it. It's unfortunate because, we're in a spot now where the Warriors have their offers out there. Jonathan Kuminga has the qualifying offer. He could still move over, and we are still nobody's budging. The hours are being counted down until time is up, essentially. And Jimmy Butler, honestly, had not as much, decisiveness to say about the situation. He's kind of trying to be left out of the whole thing. He said, like I tell everybody that asks me, not only in the media, but random people and my friends, I'm not into all that. Hope it gets resolved. So Jimmy not really trying to say as much. Honestly, it makes sense. He's the one that kind of is going to have a minutes share of sorts. Maybe Draymond a little bit, but mostly Jimmy, minutes share of sorts with Jonathan Kuminga. So it's been the player that they've been comparing Kuminga to all this time. I don't really see those comparisons all that much regardless. But Jimmy Butler doesn't have much to say about it. He's also the newcomer here, hasn't dealt with Kuminga for as long as Draymond or Steph has, so didn't have all that much to say about it. He says, hope it gets resolved. Steph had this to say, though. Oof. As leaders on the team, you have to acknowledge what's going on and don't make it more than what it is, other than a team trying to figure out the situation that's in front of us and the challenge that's in front of us. Knowing JK's situation, knowing the new faces that we're adding to the roster, we talk about it every year going into training camp, what it's going to take for that particular team to win. This is a little different because you have a guy that's trying to figure out his situation, and we respect that process. It's going to play out, and when he's here, ready to work, like we expect him to be locked in on doing what he needs to do to help us win. Some things are pretty straightforward. Some things aren't. This is definitely in the aren't category. But when he comes in and he's here, he should be a professional and do exactly what he expects to do and take advantage of his opportunities to help us win. Everybody's in the locker room. That's what you're committed to do. I don't have any concerns that he'll approach it that way, and that's what we expect. Okay? Because it seems like Draymond's perspective, he's been, in the JK camp for all this time. He's been, respect JK, respect this process, do all that stuff. We all want him back. He's kind of number two to Joe Lacob in the Jonathan Kuminga fan club within the Golden State Warriors building. Steph, you can kind of tell is a little bit indifferent. We know because of the whole looking off of him stuff that led to Kuminga's DMPs at the end of the season. But from all those guys' perspectives, it kind of seems the same. That when Jonathan Kuminga gets back, they expect him to be at a high effort level and a high level of buying in. Well, Aaron Turner went on the whole media escapade and said that, yeah, a player option means we will buy all in. We will buy in all the way. Player option means we're going to give out a high effort level. So the Warriors at this point have said that doesn't matter. We are not moving off of team option only on the back end of these deals. So is there going to be that level of buy-in from Jonathan Kuminga? What level are we going to see Jonathan Kuminga at? He's been playing math teachers in Cleveland all summer. We will see. But time's up. Time's up. It's over now. Comment down below what you think Kuminga will do. I don't really have any more to say about it. This has been a long journey. We've been doing videos like this for 6 months, maybe 7 months. Maybe since I started hosting here, we've been talking about the future of Jonathan Kuminga. What will he do? Will he take the Warriors offer? Will he take the qualifying offer? QO for the qualifying, WO for Warriors. Let me know what you guys think down below. I have no idea. I'm just going to I've said one thing this time. I've said this thing another time. I've been flipping and flopping back and forth because this is the most ridiculous situation ever. Next video we have, I'll probably be telling you what that decision is. That's why you subscribe to the channel. YouTube.com/WarriorsTV. That'll do it for today's edition of Warriors Today, and we'll see you in the next one. Hopefully when everybody is on the damn roster. As always, let's go Dubs.